You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports in a day and time in which we see nothing but woke athletes want to fulfill the leftist narrative of defunding the police, one of the most lunatic ideas I have ever heard in my entire life. And something that makes me want to laugh is most of these places now are refunding their police. That's right, because they found out, oddly enough, crime goes up when you have less funding for your police force. Imagine that. How in the hell it takes anybody any length of time to figure that one out is beyond me. We know, they knew that was going to happen, but they had to make it look good. They had to put it in the mainstream. We're woke. Even cities are now woke, and pretty standard operating procedure in certain Democratic counties. Now comes a story of a actual NFL player, a star NFL player, a future Hall of Famer. Big Ben Roethlisberger is funding the police. Big Ben has had a good relationship with the police over many years, and I feel really good about this story too because I rescue dogs. I love dogs. I love cats. That's really where YouTube started. Hey, I'm going to try to do something to help supplement my animals and feed them, take them to the vet, etc., and make sure they have homes. I've rehomed over 60 animals in the last 12 years. Well, here we are. Last year, the Steelers, as we remember, big story. Antoine Rose Jr., a criminal, during the whole NFL Let's Celebrate a Different Criminal of the Week episode they had until about the third week, and Roger Goodell said, oh shit, we're starting to see a decline in ratings. Let's back out of that at record speed. Well, the Steelers put their loving arms around a criminal named Antoine Rose Jr., and we found out, we followed this a lot, probably made 7 videos on it, that many Steelers players didn't know who the hell Antoine Rose Jr. was, and when they found out, they were pissed. Many players did not agree with that, and we had some players come out and speak up against it and say, hey, I'm not doing this. Minka Fitzpatrick was one. We all, former Steeler, who's now a free agent, I'm not sure who he signed with, maybe the Chargers, Alejandro Villanueva, offensive lineman, he came out and was like, no, I'm not supporting that cause. And here we have Big Ben making a very nice gesture and donation to the police force, and it seems he is a lover of animals, which I can get down with as well. Punxsutawney Canine Fury to receive grant funding from the Ben Roethlisberger Foundation. According to a release from the Ben Roethlisberger Foundation, Punxsutawney Borough Police will be receiving one of the 15 grants to police and fire canine programs around the country. This announcement completes the Ben Roethlisberger's 14th and final grant cycle. The Punxsutawney Borough Police Department is grateful for the donation from Ben Roethlisberger's Foundation. Punxsutawney Police Chief Matt Conrad said, quote, our canine program has been completely funded through private donations and relies on the generosity of others. In the short time that our canine program has been established, it has made a positive impact on Punxsutawney Borough along with the surrounding area. Mr. Roethlisberger's generosity and love for animals will ensure the future success of the canine program in Punxsutawney. The foundation will distribute more than $90,000 this year. Grant funds will be utilized in a variety of canine-focused initiatives, including the establishment of new canine units, replacement of retiring dogs, purchase of safety and training equipment, training and certification of new and existing canines, among other canine-related expenses. Other canine departments receiving funding from Ben Roethlisberger's Foundation, Cherokee County Sheriff's Office. I mean, it's everywhere. Kansas, Texas, down around Matrix neck of the woods, Houston Fire Department, Lafayette Police, Indiana, West Virginia, California, New England, and several others. For the past 14 years, the Ben Roethlisberger Foundation has invited police and fire departments located around the cities and the communities in which the Steelers played to submit proposals detailing their needs. Quote, "It has been an absolute privilege to be able to support the critical work of K-9 officers and their handlers over the past 14 years. To witness the bond between dog and their handler has been very rewarding. Their life-saving and crime-fighting gives teamwork a new meaning. They are truly partners. I have many fond memories of meeting first responders on the field and in our community, and I want to thank them for their dedication and sacrifice." The mission of the foundation focused on supporting K-9 units of police and fire departments throughout the United States, with a particular emphasis on service dogs in Pittsburgh, PA. Ben has distributed $2.3 million since 2007. Nearly $2 million has benefited K-9 programs. He's also hosted several events, Make-A-Wish Foundation, etc., etc. So, look, I find this refreshing that we've actually got an NFL player that is funding the police. And look, these K-9 programs are extremely instrumental to the community, and the bond between these officers, those firefighters, and their animals is unbelievable. Go watch some videos on that. You can find them. You can find them on YouTube. What those animals mean to those officers, and how it makes their very, very tough job a lot easier. And let us recognize for a minute, these K-9s are also heroes. As much like police officers and firefighters, they can and do lose their lives in the line of duty. And I think it's important for us to recognize the sacrifices that these animals make as well. They put their life on the line in order to save officers. And there's one of my animals making a cameo in this video. Hello, Junior. So I thought this was a great story. I wanted to shine some light on it from Black and White Sports, because it goes against everything, all the narratives we have been hearing and seeing through the mainstream media, and so many of these athletes afraid to step up and do anything for law enforcement, et cetera, et cetera. And when we see something like this, we need to show it, okay? We need to show it, and good job, Ben Roethlisberger. This may be his last season. He had some issues last year. His protection wasn't great, but he still threw 33 touchdowns to 10 picks. Ben has over 60,000 passing yards in his career and will hit 400 touchdowns this year. He's got 2 Super Bowl wins. Ben Roethlisberger will moonwalk backwards into the Hall of Fame first ballot. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports fans. I love this story. I love the fact that some athletes haven't lost their perspective, and they are funding the police forces around the country, especially something as important as K-9 units. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.